Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Alan Troop, reporting news from around the Columbia Basin for Monday, November 18th. Tonight, we report on the power outage on Saturday night and the resistance the county commissioners had about a proposed moratorium on marijuana. In sports, Bob Kirkpatrick reports on the end of the state tournament run for Moses Lake. And our spotlight story tonight is about a group of people running to help the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation. And we have the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Our top story tonight, all of Ephrata and Soap Lake lost power on Saturday night. A transmission line on A Street Southeast in Ephrata fell and caused a fire, damaging transmission lines, which caused the power outage. Grant County PUD spokesman Thomas Stredwick said all of Ephrata and Soap Lake and parts of Quincy lost power at about 6:50 p.m. Roughly 10,000 customers were without power. iFIBER Communications lost the ability to deliver internet service during the outage when backup batteries were drained. By 8 p.m., the power was restored and internet service resumed. Several people opposed Grant County's proposed 6-month moratorium on permits related to marijuana retailers, producers, and processors. The commissioners held a public hearing on the moratorium, drawing a few people from across the state and a few people from the county. Planning Director Damian Hooper told the commissioners he needed the delay so the Planning Commission, along with other officials, could reconcile the difference between the State Liquor Control Board rules with the county's code. The delay brought concerns from several people that it would possibly mean Grant County residents won't be able to do business here. Goldendale land surveyor Stuart Chisholm called the possible industry a great investment opportunity. He argued every 350 square feet in a producing operation would mean a job which could possibly pay $15 an hour.
Crunch time is now because the application period starts Monday. You have 30 days, and then after that the state says we don't know when we're going to do more applications or anything. It would be a disservice to your county to put a flat ban on this because we'll look elsewhere to do something. Maybe a temporary, okay, you can put in your application, this will be okay as long as you abide by the Liquor Control Board rules as well as our new rules concerning, signs or fences or something or whatever.
Commissioner Carol Ann Swartz said it takes a while for the regulations to go through the county's process.
Instead of going back and fixing it later, we want to do it correctly the first time. And like Commissioner Stevens was saying, we're not saying it's going to be hard, fast, 6 months, no way, that kind of thing. We just, we work with our planning department, we work with the sheriff's office, we work with the Liquor Control Board just as of, what was that, a month ago was where we finally got some fairly rigid rules and regulations, or at least some guidelines. That doesn't give us a whole lot of time, and so this is what we're asking for. We're trying to get some time so that we can do this correct.
Ephrata attorney Nick Wallace pointed out revisions to the Grant County Code happen all the time, saying it's in a constant state of flux.
We need to impose a moratorium and put our local constituents, your constituents, my clients, at a competitive disadvantage in the agricultural market. We can clean up the code. That's a tedious process. It takes time, but it's in the cost-benefit analysis. Delaying by way of imposing a moratorium is going to put local folks at a disadvantage. And so I would ask that if you are going to consider a moratorium, that it not be 6 months. It needs to be significantly less. And on behalf of my clients, they would prefer no moratorium so they can make prudent business decisions based upon the will of the state of Washington.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DLC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We will be back after these messages with the latest from our iFIBER 1 Weather Center, sports, and more news.